We're battered! We are impacted! We're battered! We're ready to get up! We want to win! Light the fire of power and make us free! We never break down! We want to win! We are impacted! The best team!
Hello and welcome back to TNI-UK Impacted episode 106, coming to you live via the Total Nonstop Impact Network on YouTube and of course Twitch. I'm your host Bison, and today I am joined by the one and only Joker. Hello my friend, how are you?
Semi-conscious, how are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I know you've had a few issues today, but I'm glad that you made it. And it's a real shame Steve can't be with us again this week, but get well soon, buddy.
Thinking of you, Steve.
Yeah, thinking of you, and we miss you. And I know all of the tribe miss you as well. So yeah, all the best, Steve, and get well soon, buddy. Now, guys, a little bit of disappointing news. And contrary to the advertised guest, unfortunately, we were waiting for Larry to arrive. And I've literally just had a message saying, unfortunately, he cannot make the show. Something's come up and he's had to deal with it. Something important had to come up and he's had to deal with it. These things happen. It just so happened this to us. It's happened for the last 2 weeks. But there you go. It's just one of those things. These things happen. We're just as disappointed as you guys are, but there are these things. He's told me why, and there's something that I can't discuss on air.
I've heard of commentary cast. I think it's cast that I'm the one in charge of production.
Yeah, I think it is. I don't know. It's the curse of the curse of TNI-UK at the moment.
Curse of the boys is
yeah, crazy. We've never had so many issues, but there you go. So it's all good. But all that means, guys, is that you've got more of me and Joe. So and we're the reason that you tune in every week, right?
Touch wood.
Well, that's touch wood.
Touch the little dog down here.
Yeah, touch Sami.
Susie. Sami's up there somewhere.
Oh, Susie. Touch Susie.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things, It's just one of those things. It was nothing we could do about it. And I think you're right, Mia. I think we're definitely smelling a curse. But hey, at the end of the day, something's come up. Nothing can be done about it. All we got to do is wish Larry all the best, and hopefully we'll get him on again at a later date. But there you go. I feel bad because I advertise it. I advertise all this, and then somebody doesn't, and then they don't arrive. I feel really bad. But there you go. We can only do our best, and sometimes these things happen. It just so happens it's happened 2 weeks in a row, which is a real shame. But there you go. One of them things. Nothing can be done about it, just the way it is. So to be fair, all we need to do is we just need to get straight on into those news, rumors, and of course, the Impact recap. Now, guys, or Joe, what about this then? Scott D'Amore sets up an X Division tournament to crown the new X Division champion after Frankie Kazarian relinquishes title for a shot at the world title at Overdrive. What were your thoughts on all this? I know that there's a lot of people out there that aren't very happy about the way this is all sort of kind of panned out. But what are your thoughts on the whole tournament situation? Frankie giving up or relinquishing his title to get a shot at the world title. What are your thoughts on this?
I'm looking forward to seeing this tournament go. It's the right way to get the X Division title back in line now, and it's all going to come together at Overdrive, which is so we know when to expect it all. And we know the matches that are coming up in Vegas, seeing all that advertised on Twitter. It's kicking off with a massive bang with Trey Miguel and I've forgotten who he's taking on. they're kicking off in Impact, and we've got Laredo Kid and Black Taurus on BTI.
That's right. Yeah,
we got a huge. You know, we're gonna have massive X Division act for the next 4 weeks or so, leading up to. So I'm looking forward to it, and anything that's missing from it, in my opinion, is Ace Austin and Chris Bay.
Yeah, that's true, but we know what those boys are going to be busy doing, I'm sure. Now, the whole relinquishing the title thing, I at the end of the day, I'm happy that because we're getting this tournament, and this tournament's going to be really cool. Everyone was moaning that Frankie got the bloody title in the first place, so it only lasted a week. So, it's all good, and now we got this amazing tournament to look forward to. I'm fairly happy. I'm looking forward to it because I love a good tournament. I've been advocating to get the Bound for Glory series back, but this tournament too. I'm happy with this. This is pretty cool.
It's good to see Alan Angels come back too.
Definitely.
And I know news about Laredo Kid's broken as well, so wishing him all the best.
Well, you mentioned Laredo Kid. That's actually the next thing I was going to talk about. So, of course, Laredo Kid was arranged for the tapings in Vegas. He then flew down to Mexico, had a match. I'm not sure who he had a match with.
Yeah, two matches on the same night. And
right.
In turn, it ruptured his small intestine.
Right. So he ended up getting injured down in I don't know where, just in Mexico somewhere, and ended up having an emergency, life-threatening operation. All we could really, apparently it all sort of kind of came out fine. He's had the operation. He's feeling he's in recovery now. So all that's left for us to do is just to wish Laredo Kid all the best. To get well soon, and we can't wait to see him back in action.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, also, it's all we can hope for is really get a swift recovery. But
yeah, exactly.
It just reminds me what happened to like DJZ when he went to Mexico, and Sami's just knocked the light out. Oh, God, right, bear with me.
Get the light back on. Get the light back. Everyone wants to see your handsome face, Joe. Come on. But yeah, no, all we can do is just wish Laredo Kid all the best. Get well soon, bud, and I'm sure we'll see you very, very soon. With regards to Kaz, Dead Punk Gage, I totally get it. Yeah, I think it makes perfect sense from a story point of view. But at the end of the day, there are people that don't agree. They think it belittles the title. I don't understand how Option C belittles the X Division title. At the end of the day, the X Division title is not as big as the world title, right? So for me, if you can relinquish the X Division title to get a shot at a world title, then how does that relinquish it? That elevates it, right? Because it gives you more reason to win it. But anyway, that's by the by. But all the best, like we said, to Laredo Kid. It's a tough time for him at the moment, so all we can do is send him our best. Now, after a pretty intense battle, Heath and Rhino are the new Impact Tag Champs, obviously beating the Kingdom, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett last week on Impact Wrestling. Now, I thought it was a pretty good match, to be fair.
The match was fantastic.
I thought it was a really good match. So the fact that the Kingdom lost pretty much their first match after winning it is a bit of a shame. It kind of makes a bit of a mockery of why they won the title in the first place. If they weren't going to be around for like the next set of tapings, or they were going to go completely. I'm going to come to that in a second because, excuse me,
Melvin's.
I don't believe they're gone. But there you go. So, what are your thoughts on that? It was a great match. What are your thoughts in the chat? You throw in what you think about Heath and Rhino winning the tag titles last week on Impact. What are your thoughts, Joe?
Oh baby!
Fair enough.
The match was incredible. I really did enjoy this match. I saw feedback about the match when the spoilers were out, saying that it was disappointment. It was bland. It was far from it. I really did enjoy this match. It was bittersweet knowing that excuse me, this was the last we'll be seeing of OGK for some time. But officially, Mike Bennett and Matt Taven haven't signed anywhere else. You know, Mike Bennett's doing a lot of work in AEW at the moment, and Matt Taven's in AEW and elsewhere. So they're still technically free agents, as far as I know, and officially they're still technically free agents. So I think there is a chance we'll see them again at the start of the year, because they're still being used in the advertisement for Hard to Kill. But the match was fantastic, and it was a decent way to round off Heath and Rhino's promise to get the tag team goal. It was like now or never, really. So that's really the big saving grace towards it. And then we saw what happened afterwards. Eddie Edwards and PCO just completely destroyed Honor No More.
Right. Yeah. No, definitely. So Critical thing saying about that they signed with AEW. Well, I've not seen that anywhere. Normally, if any talent signs with AEW, they make a big deal about it. I've not seen it anywhere whatsoever. So, and as we know, Frankie Kazarian at the end of the day works for AEW and he's still on Impact TV. So there is, but there is a possibility we could see them again either way. But I've not seen that they've signed anywhere. So that's an interesting one. So you've got Rhino and Heath are the Samoa Joe and Magnus of this era of Impact. Unexpected, but has undeniable chemistry. That's true. It is true. They do. So you can't take that away from them. At the end of the day, they are strong. They are good at what they do. They've got a good character. You've got Heath, who at the end of the day will take most of the work, but Rhino can still go in the ring. And to be fair, when the dude hits you, it looks believable, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, they had good chemistry in WWE. So just to see them actually bring that over to Impact Wrestling and work just as well and even better than what I've seen in WWE from them is just fantastic. And it's good to see Heath and Rhino finally get that spotlight together after misfortune with Heath getting injury and then Rhino getting injured. It's just such shit luck spiraling out of control for both of them for so long.
Yeah. No, I agree. And, I totally understand what you're saying, Critical Sting. You may be right, but you just don't know. And that's the thing. The great thing about the way that the industry is going at the moment is, you just don't know if someone's going to turn up or not. But yeah, no, Heath and Rhino, were the first WWE SmackDown tag team champions as well. So it's not like they're new to it, is it? It's not like they're new to the whole tag team scene. So they've tagged before. So it's good to see they got good chemistry. One of the things that came out of the recent tapings at the weekend from Vegas was that the ticket sales were really strong. The first night apparently was almost a sellout, and the second night was a sellout from what I can gather. So great ticket sales. That means that we're going to have some great TV from an audience point of view. Lots of great cheer. Apparently, they were very lively as well.
Yeah, Sam's Town's always a good place for Impact Wrestling. So, but I've been even the tickets for the upcoming events in November and December are selling up really well too, from what I've been reading. It's
what they say, isn't it? Build it and they will come.
Yeah, they've got Mickey James is advertising for December already, and tickets are going like bloody crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love the in-ring promo that they showed with regards to Guy Miller in there with Chase. I think it was the mascot from the sports team in Vegas, and then obviously you got the major players coming out as well. I thought it was all real good stuff. So that was cool as well. And that was a good way to sort of kind of advertise it to everybody as well, which I thought was really good. So that sort of kind of ties in with my next point, was Impact announced a return into Vegas in February for No Surrender. And then they've got 2 nights of tapings following that. So they're going to go to Vegas. They do No Surrender. Then 2 nights means a good 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And then what's really cool is that their Impact then returned to Windsor, Ontario, Canada, at St. Clair's College, which I think is a really cool venue and comes across really well on TV in March 2023 for Sacrifice, and of course the Fallout taping straight after that as well. So I think there was I think things are looking very, very positive. So we now know what we've got to come, venue wise. Tickets are all on sale for everything. I don't think they're on sale for Windsor yet. But tickets are on sale for pretty much everything else, all the way up to February now, which is a fantastic thing. And like we were saying again, lots of great marketing. Releasing of availability of tickets well in advance now is going to help Impact fill venues, and of course move into potential bigger venues if they can start filling these ones.
Yeah.
Which I think is very, very likely now, very, very likely. And Dead Punk, you're right. Joe Hendry coming out in that section was very cool too. I loved the bit at the end where they show all three of them doing this.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. So yeah, fantastic stuff on that. So it looks like things are going really well. In other news, we also get that the announcement that PCO and the Swingman have agreed and signed another 12-month extension to their current contract.
You guys swing?
Which I think is fantastic news. You know, PCO is well over with the crowd, so that's awesome to hear. Johnny Swinger, at the end of the day, is a bit of light relief. You know, he's never going to set the world alight, but he is fun. So I'm glad to see both of those guys have re-signed for at least another 12 months. Gives Impact time to continue that building process. You know, start getting into bigger venues, bringing in more revenue, to then potentially sign some bigger name talents in the future, who knows, or even make sure that they lock down some of the current big talents that they've got. Interestingly enough, literally as soon as the announcement came out that PCO, you know, obviously PCO sort of, well, actually, the end of last week's show, there was basically, they announced straight away. Did you hear that then?
Yeah, I did.
Sorry. So yeah, somebody was trying to ring me on Skype. I literally just cut that straight out. Or actually, because I'm using Boomer Bison's PC. It was someone calling her. So I'll have a word a bit later. But there you go. So you had a T-shirt released on shopimpact.com, a new brand spanking new PCO T-shirt.
Yeah.
Literally, as soon as PCO was sort of kind of like broke away from Honor No More, the T-shirt gets released.
Yeah.
Then we find out he signed an extension. Fantastic. That's what you call good marketing.
Yeah. As soon as he just
marketing.
Taverin and Bennett get knocked over the ropes, and then the T-shirt comes up, and then Vincent's smashed into the chairs.
Brilliant. That was good marketing. I'm down with all of that. But yeah, no, I think that I think you're right, Dead Punk. I think Impact are well and truly something big for Hendry, because the way they are using him as basically like you know, that they're really pushing him as a baby face right now. And he's coming across as a baby face big time. So I'm interested to see where they're going to go with him, because let's face it, there isn't actually that many faces as such on the roster at the moment. So Joe Hendry, you know, I think they're turning him into a really, really good face, and they've done it quite quickly as well. It's not like it's taken ages for that to happen. They've literally done it overnight, really, which is interesting how they've done that. Are you going to get the PCO shirt, Joe?
If I have the money to spare, then yeah.
I'll tell you what, mate. There's some really good shirts.
It's all on my
There's some really good shirts out there at the moment.
It's just having the cash spare at the moment. The bloody
I know, but I could tell you now that I have got PCO on my list. I've got Joe Hendry shirt on my list because it's a white one, which is cool. Yeah. I've got Death Dolls one on my list. I've got the Trey Miguel one on my list because I think that one's awesome as well. The Spider Trey job is fantastic. So I've got a fair few on my list at the moment, and well, being in the UK, it helps if you can order like 4, 5, 6 shirts in one go, because then you know, you save a little bit on the travel on the shipping. So you know, because at the end of the day, yes, you pay a little bit more because it's 6 shirts, but if you were to buy them all individually,
Yeah,
it'll
it
cost
costs a lot
you
more.
like 3 times as much. So that's the way. That's why I do it that way. Just sort of kind of cut down a little bit on the shipping. Now, this is good stuff as well. We were talking about Alan Angels just now. Talents like Alan Angels and, of course, Dale Wolf, PJ Black have appeared this past weekend in Vegas. We're looking forward to seeing Alan in his first match this Thursday on Impact. We'll talk about that in a second. He's obviously part of the tournament, as is PJ Black, which is great to see as well. Big fan of PJ. Well, I was a huge fan of Justin Gabriel. So I'm a big fan of PJ Black. And I hope we get to see more of him as well. I don't do spoilers or anything like that, but the rumors are that Alan Angels is potentially around for a little bit longer. I've heard a little spoiler. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but I think Alan's going to be around for a little while. So that's great to see as well. Now, this is the thing, right? Now, we've already sort of kind of hit on it a little bit because we were talking about Heath and Rhino winning the tag titles, but I still find it really odd that the Kingdom and Vincent have not been taken off the active roster page. Yet others, like Mia Yim, have, and others like Bully Ray have been added. Plus, all of them are in the Hard to Kill video package, which has not been changed. And they're in the advert that's been showing every week for the last couple of weeks. And again, this past week as well, during Raw. So if they're officially gone, then why have they not removed from this promotional material and the roster page like they've done with others? And it's like they've had ample opportunity to do it because they've been adding people on, taking people off. What is going on? What is going on?
That is not an appropriate question.
Okay. Okay. I don't know where to go with that, though. But there you go.
It is weird. Especially like you said, Mia Yim's been taken off, and that's sad to see as well, knowing that Mia Yim's gone for the foreseeable future. But I think her attentions are away from wrestling for now as well. She made a statement on Instagram about that. So, but as far as Tavian and Bennett, I think that there is a chance we're going to see them again in the new year. Otherwise, it's been really. They need to redo that entire advert, and that costs quite a bit of money. But it's just one of these confusing things to end the year, leaving everyone thinking, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah, it's just the weirdest thing. It's just the weirdest thing. And bonus, baby, I'm not disagreeing with you, mate. I'm really not. Like it. Sometimes it does, but then if you're going to take like Mia Yim off, like literally within a week, why would you not at the same time take off the Kingdom and Maria and Vincent? It just doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. It's not like they haven't gone in there and made some changes.
No.
So I just don't know. I just don't really understand why that's happened. But anyway, talking about Honor No More, what's next for Eddie Edwards? Honor No More were not really finished last week on Impact. It was more of a culling. And with Vincent being like very cryptic on socials, is he really gone? Or is he just gone for now? And maybe looking to make a return in 2023 with a new stable to Impact, or maybe, a set of tapings just before Christmas. I'm thinking the Righteous are on their way back. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they're gone for a rebuild, repackaged, then they come back again as a different thing. Nothing to do with thingy. But what I don't understand is, they don't seem to have gone at all. And unless the only thing I could think of is that they're possibly getting involved with the Ring of Honor launch of Tony Hugger Khan. I can't see any other reason where they would have gone. I know that Vincent was spotted backstage at Raw or something a couple of weeks ago, but nothing's really come of that. And just because someone's backstage at a promotion doesn't mean that they're all of a sudden they're going there. It just means that they're visiting mates or whatever. They could have been. That could
Ty
be the area
was
they
there
lived in.
a couple of years when John Morrison was in the Royal Rumble.
It doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, exactly.
But I just think that the most likely option is possibly that they're involved in the relaunch of Ring of Honor, obviously that Tony Hugger Khan is getting sorted at the moment. Anyway, let's see if anyone picks up on that. But what are your thoughts on this?
I know that the Righteous have made an appearance on Ring of Honor when they relaunched it, and
yeah,
I think it's either Vincent's intention is either to go to Ring of Honor or possibly come back to Impact Wrestling. I think because he was more than happy to go to Impact Wrestling and be there, given up everything ended with Ring of Honor. And I feel the same thing about Mike Bennett at the moment is doing a lot of work with AEW in Chicago, and Matt Taven seems to be in between AEW and anywhere else at the moment. But Mike Bennett is tearing it up in AEW at the moment. If we got look at his Twitter feed, so it's at the moment I can still see him just being free agents
for a little while, and maybe they're just playing hardball with the old contract negotiations.
Yeah, they're waiting for like, the end of January to really when all the rosters tend to get shuffled everywhere. Reshuffled everywhere. Sorry, so it just makes sense to end the year jumping ship to ship to see which works best and everything, and then start the year with a massive bang.
Yeah. Do you know what, Joe? I can't believe that no one in the chat has picked up on my THK.
Yeah.
Can't believe it. I just can't believe none of you guys in the chat have picked up on my new name for Tony Khan. I just can't believe you've not picked it up. You've never heard of Shaka Khan, Hugger Khan? You've never heard of Shaka Khan? Oh,
I thought you were just referring to the fact that I just thought you were referring to the great big hug he gave to bloody Claudio.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, Hugger. That's what I'm saying. Instead of calling him Hugger, look, Tony Hugger Khan. Get it? Hugger Khan. You're not seeing it, are you? Shaka Khan, Hugger Khan. Right? It's the same thing. Yeah, his name's Khan, right? I've replaced Shaka with Hugger. Yeah? Tony Hugger Khan. Yeah? No. It's gone. It's like this, isn't it? It's just gone over the head.
Mate. I'm still not 100%, so don't bear with me.
Nobody in the chat's picked it up or anything. I'm absolutely gutted. I was expecting people to have picked that up.
Yeah,
I really was. I thought somebody would have picked that up, but nobody. Hang on, what we got in here? Shaka Khan.
Yeah.
I feel for you. That's it. Yeah. Totally. You look, come on. I thought that was good, man. I thought that was good.
Everyone's like, now that you've explained it, everyone gets it. And there's me still thinking, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a new one. Of course it's a new one. I just made it up. I'm thinking, I wrote it today. I literally wrote that today. I was like, man, that's funny. I'm down with that. Tony Hugger Khan. That is funny. Everyone's going to know that shit. Everyone's going to get it. They're going to be like, man, like Bison is just so cool, man. He's just so sick. And no, nothing. It's just nothing, mate. I'm gutted. I think I'm just gonna put my head down in shame, and I'm done. Right, I'm over it. Anyway, moving on. So to be fair, that's pretty much the most of the news from this week. There hasn't really been a massive amount. There certainly hasn't been any particular negative stuff. There's been a lot of stuff related to Vegas, but I don't want to go spouting any of that stuff out because one thing we don't do on this show is we don't spoil shit. So no spoilers or anything like that. It looks like we might have some good news with Alan Angels, but other than that, I'm not going to say anything else. So there you go. Now, the digital media, I think it's going to be a short one now because I had everything like set up for a good 20, 30-minute interview with the big legend Larry.
Yeah.
So I've not got loads of stuff. So I think it's going to be a short one today. But anyway, so digital media exclusive match. Now, I saw this at
This
the
was
show.
amazing.
Well, I've already seen this, but I can't remember who won. And that's a real bitch about it. So I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to watch it again, but I did see it when it aired the first time at Wrestling Revolver. So it was PCO versus Crash Jackson versus Madman Fulton versus Warhorse. What I do remember is that it was a bloody good match. Have you actually
I love this match!
Did you watch it originally or rewatch it?
I watched it last night before I watched Impact Wrestling. It was fucking brilliant. Madman Fulton looks absolutely incredible, and Warhorse is amazing too. I've never seen him before, but I've heard of him, and he looked absolutely incredible in this match too. PCO, you finally find out how old he is. For a guy in his mid-50s taking a beating like that, that's just insane that he's able to still. He is literally not human, and they say he's not human for a reason. But fucking hell, the amount of punishment he took in this match, especially from Fulton, getting suplexed off the ring onto a guardrail.
It was mental. Joe, don't say the winner. Don't say the winner because I don't want to upset Mia. He does get upset
I'm not saying
if we say you win. But the bottom line is, Mia, it's a really good match. I've seen it before.
It's a good 20 minutes, and you're not going to regret. You're going to regret missing it, but you're not going to regret watching it.
It's a bloody good match. Yeah, go and check it out. It's really good. One thing about Wrestling Revolver shows, they don't hold back. Right, so it's a monstrous ball match with nobody holding back. So you want to go and watch it. It's very, very well worth watching. It's available at the moment if you're a subscriber to Ultimate Insiders or Impact Plus. If you're not, I think it's free at the weekend. So if you're a member, go and watch it because it's definitely worth a watch. If you're not, then you're gonna have to wait till the weekend. But make sure you do watch it because it's damn good. And T-Tems, I don't think I've seen you before. T-Tems, have we seen? That's a new name, I think.
No, it's welcome.
Yeah, welcome to the show, and it's great to have you. It's great to have you join us. Absolutely fantastic. As far as we're aware, they just didn't renew his contract at the time that his contract came up. So, so I'm not really quite sure, but yeah. So, but it's definitely worth checking that one out. It's a bloody good match. I agree with you, Dead Punk. I had a chat with PCO the other day on Messenger, and I said, brother, I said, you're an amazing guy. I said, but for crying out loud, sometimes you scare the shit out of me. And, do you have to try and kill yourself every single time you perform? And he's like, man, I appreciate it. I appreciate you saying that, but it's just what I do. That's exactly what he said. It's what I do. I said, well, brother, you ain't human. Simple as that. There you go. T-Tems is regular on the TNI-US, but she's from the UK. Now you need to let us know because I can't really. Can you tell? I can't tell from the pictures, male or female. I can't tell. T-Tems, I can't tell. Does it look male or female? I don't know. Either way, thank you ever so much for joining us. Make sure you join us more often. Support the UK team. We are the best team. If you listen to the music,
he's male. There we go.
Okay. Well,
just so we get that right for future reference, guys.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. It's great to have you with us. I'm not saying don't watch the other show, but please join us as well. I do like to pop it onto the US one every now and again just to throw things up in the air a little bit. I do enjoy that. But thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do that as well. But hey, guys, listen, that's a point. While we're talking about that, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Yeah, you're watching this show now. It takes it takes like a second just to go thumbs up. Just click that thumbs up button. Absolutely fantastic. If you do that, it really helps us rise up the rankings so that more and more people get to see the show, more and more people subscribe to TNI Network. And of course, well, the better it is for us too. It's always, everything's better. You wouldn't get sponsorships by Manscaped and people like that. If the more people that subscribe, the more people that see us, the more people buy Manscaped products. It's important. You got to make sure that you keep those family jewels nice and trimmed. Really important. So make sure that you head over. If you use promo code TNI, is it 20 or 15? I can't remember. TNI 20, I think it is, to get your discount. You also, if you're a TNI fan, or you also get a free shipping. So get your Manscaped stuff in there. Make sure your crown jewels are nice and well and truly trimmed up, because you can't beat a well-trimmed family jewels, can you? Let's face the facts. Got to have some well-trimmed jewels down there. The ladies prefer it. So get yourself sorted with your Manscaped products. And like you say, get yourself some discount by using TNI20 as your promo code and free shipping. Can't go wrong. Anyway, guys, so what's Bonus Baby saying? Bison also likes to punish American hotel bedrooms. Okay, all right.
Bathrooms, not bedrooms.
You call it. Well, you can't call it doing a bison anymore, right? Because from what I can gather, the scumbag has taken the mantle on that one now. So I think, as I said, we need to call it doing a scumbag, because it happens to us all at the end of the day.
Do not go in there. Woo!
Woo! Yeah, exactly. So there you go. Now, T-Tems, we have no idea whether Impact are going to come to the UK. There are rumours out there that in 2023 it's going to happen. It was going to happen towards the end of 2020. I believe it's going to happen in September, was what I'd heard. It's going to happen in September 2020. Of course, we get to March and it all gets closed down and that all goes tits up. So yeah, but fingers crossed they revisit that and we do get to see them, because I think it's all it's going to take to reignite the UK fan base is for them to get over it.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like they're the sleeping giant over here now, because so many people have sort of kind of like found it difficult to watch for whatever reason, even though it's fairly simple to watch it now. They've sort of kind of dropped off a little bit. So we just need to get a UK tour. We need some good advertising, get the 5,000 seater arenas filled, and have a fantastic 4 or 5 shows here. And I think before you know it, we'll be bashing down the doors again with loads and loads of UK fans. I think that's the way it needs to go, really. There's still a lot of people that watch Impact Wrestling UK, but there could be more. You've got to remember, in the peak of its time on Challenge TV, there was 250 to 300,000 people tuning in each and every week in the UK and Ireland. That's like, come on. That was blowing any other wrestling promotion out of water. It even blows out the water any wrestling promotion currently in the UK now are not getting those kind of views, right? So you've got to admit they were doing really well. They were doing really well, but we've got to get it back. We've got to try and get it back. But the good thing is you've got promotions in the UK currently that are looking to work with Impact Wrestling. Like Wrestle Carnival. I know Gary does a little bit of work with the Impact Wrestling guys, which is good to see. He's recently had Jordan Grace over, and Eric Young's been over, and other talents as well. So, there is the options for Impact to work with sort of kind of independent wrestling promotions in the UK. Definitely worth doing. And hey, Courtney, nice to see you join the house. Well done.
Welcome, Courtney.
Totally agree, Dead Punk, by the way, with regards to WWE.
So butcher.
Yeah, they butchered. They literally butchered it. But I tell you this now, right? the talent is coming through in the UK now is off the chain. There is some incredible talents coming through the UK right now. Some very young, incredible talents as well. So you got to keep your eyes open. If you're in the UK, go and support the indies. There's some great talent out there. Some really cool shows being put on, especially by Rev Pro and Wrestle Carnival and all the really good UK promotions. So go and check it all out. Anyway, let's just have a little chat about the BTI match. So we got the BTI match, we got the X Division tournament match, funny enough, on BTI, which is good. We've got Laredo Kid versus Black Taurus. Now, I'm assuming that this is going to be a good 15-minute match, right? Of just total badassery. It's not the first time we've seen Laredo Kid versus Black Taurus. I think they just need an excuse to give it to us again, and this is the tournament. I'm going to go Black Taurus for the winner on this one. Like I said, I don't know, but I've not looked at any spoilers or anything like that. But I would imagine that Black Taurus is going to win this. I think they've been giving him a few wins recently, and I can see that continuing. What are your thoughts, Joe?
I know. During this match, Laredo Kid was hurt in this match, and that injury carried on over when he went to his matches in AAA in Mexico. Right. So I think it's going to be really, really high impact. We know it for a fact. Just watching them two go for any standard match, never mind a match in a tournament. But we're going to get a good 15-20 minute match from these two guys. They're going to blow the roof off of as they always do. They never fail to deliver. I think Black Taurus is gonna walk out the victor. Now, and I hope he goes. I hope he wins the tournament. Because for me, it seems too obvious that Trey Miguel or Mike Bailey are gonna win. My money's on Black Taurus in this one.
I'm very interested, and so's Mia. We're all very interested to find out what Black Taurus's opinion is on Laredo Kid right now.
Yes, we are, aren't we?
Do we have any ideas? I mean, I would be very interested.
Oh my God!
Is that that's Gear Miller's input on that one. I wonder what Black Taurus has to say. Well, it's very clear that he's about to kick the Laredo Kid's ass. If you speak for fluent bull like myself, then you would have picked that one up there. He's literally going to batter him to death, apparently. But there you go. But yeah, so interesting stuff. I'm looking forward to it. I'm a massive fan of both these guys, but I would like to see Black Taurus get some gold around his waist. I mean, he's been a pretty much stable, wrestler now for Impact for well over a year. But it's about time they stuck something around his waist. And I know we had Crazy Steve on a few months back. He mentioned that sometimes it's a little bit difficult to sort of kind of like push a character like Black Taurus because they don't know if they're going to have him at every set of tapings due to whatever's going on in Mexico or anything like that. So, but it's very good that they are starting to push him a little bit now, and maybe they've got a little bit more assurance that they're going to be able to, if they book him as a title holder, they're going to be able to use him more regularly. But we'll just have to see. Bonus baby, like the new advertising campaign Impact has on the new been on now and again. Anthem needs to get Access TV in the 39 million homes. It is not available in Women in Wrestling is pulling 250k viewers. Yeah, get it done. I agree with that, and I honestly think if Impact was on a channel that was accessed by as many people as the channel that WoW is on, they would smash 250. They'd be heading towards 400,000.
They'd be up there with AEW, I think, and
not quite as high as that.
Not yet. Maybe up the same. But there'll be momentum will be right up there. And more people will be tuning in. It'll be.
I think so. I think that if they can get between 350, if they were able to hit that 350, 400k, that would be a great place to be for Impact Wrestling. on a weekly basis. But they've got to get more access. They've got to get more eyes on it. And who knows? Impact is doing great work with the more commercials now, a lot more advertising. They're going to draw more eyes, and let's hope that the casuals see that stuff and think, yeah, we'll have some of that. And Dead Punk, you're right, Vikingo has now got his American visa, so he's ready to work. So hopefully we might get to see him. Let's just hope that he doesn't end up being signed by WWE or AEW straight off the bat. But it would be great. It would be great to have him on the show as well.
Get him versus Josh Alexander again. That was his goal.
Yeah. That was one of the best matches of a couple of years ago. It was just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. But yeah, see, I agree. Impact could pull Rampage numbers if they were available in just as many homes.
Definitely.
I agree with that. I'm not going to compete with Dynamite or Raw or nothing, but yeah, there's definitely could be pulling decent numbers. I just wonder where it would pull people off people that are watching on YouTube, whether it would pull them to the TV channel if it was available on the TV channel. I don't know, because one of the things I like about YouTube is that there's no adverts. The show just flows beautifully, and that's why I enjoy it so much, because it doesn't keep getting broken up by adverts. But I don't know. So let's move on to tomorrow night on Impact Wrestling. We've got VXT with Giselle Shaw versus Mickie James, Taylor Wilde, and Jordynne Grace. Now, as we all know, massive fan of Mickie James. I absolutely adore Mickie James. So,
Country!
So more Mickie James is good for me. Okay, all good. And of course, Taylor Wilde was one of my first favorite knockouts. But the first time I saw an Impact show back in 2007 live in Paramount Studios in Orlando, Florida. Absolutely adore Taylor Wilde. So pleased to see Taylor back. So we've got two of my favorite wrestlers, and then of course one of my favorite modern wrestlers, Jordynne Grace, the current.
Bam!
What a fantastic trio! And what's even more amazing is you've got VXT on the other side. Another incredible wrestler, Deonna Purrazzo, who is also
I am the f***ing greatest.
Yeah, without fucking doubt. And then, of course, Chelsea Green, who I was a big fan of Laurel Van Ness back when she was Laurel Van Ness. And then, of course, the Giselle Shaw, who is coming through now, has been also an incredible knockout. So,
Giselle
bottom line,
Shaw is fantastic.
What
Absolutely
this match
amazing.
is going to be fucking off the chain, mate.
Yeah, this is going to be amazing. But I'm really looking forward to this. But Giselle Shaw has been absolutely amazing since over the past couple of months. She's really slotted into the roster and just made it her own.
It's just going to be insane, and she's stealing the spotlight from everybody.
Yeah,
because she's just that good. So I'm over the moon. This is going to be one hell of a match. And I totally, Courtney. We love Mickie and we love Taylor. Two of them together. Let's get wild, baby. Let's get wild.
I can't do, my fingers are knackered. I can't do a W.
Let's get wild. That's what you got to say. Let's get wild. I love that the after the sort of kind of like after show interview that they did last week as well. You've got got Mickie James talking about her last radio or whatever. You've got Taylor saying, "Come on, let's get wild," or and then Jordynne Grace is like, "Let's just
want to get dropped in your head."
Yeah, basically, just drop you on your head. Let's just give you an absolute pounding. But there you go. So that was really cool, and I'm looking forward to this one. I thought they worked that one really well too. But there you go. Dead Punk still remembers Taylor Wilde from the Indies. That's right, Chantel Taylor. Yes, that's her real name. Chantel is her real name. It's not Taylor, though. I can't remember. It's like Kilowatchovich or something. I don't know. Some sort of weird Kilowatchovich or something like that. I don't know. It's a weird name. I can't remember what it is. But if anyone knows, Critical Sting will. He'll know what her real name is. But there you go. So then we've got the most babyface of babyfaces, Joe Hendry versus Raj Singh. on the card. Say his name, he'll appear.
I believe in
Believe in Joe
Hendry.
Hendry. Everyone believes in Joe Hendry, right?
Yeah, even Sami
Everyone.
does.
I love it. I love it, and I love the way that he's really getting the crowd getting involved in all this stuff. All the waving of the hands.
Wagging
We
of his
all
tail.
yeah, we love it. We believe in Joe Hendry. Yeah, awesome. And I could definitely see Joe winning something fairly soon as well. I just hope that we start to see a few more UK talents coming in with him, because, like I said, there is some fantastic talents out there. I don't know. I don't think that's a spoiler. Well, I've not heard that he becomes DMC champ. I've not heard that. So
No,
I think that's just Courtney's opinion.
Yeah, I think he will. That's probably, if he's going to win a title, that'll be the one he's going to get first.
Yeah.
Alex Windsor and Charlie Morgan, they recently made history by being the first two women to headline an event in Dubai.
Yes,
they've got to be on Impact Wrestling, WWE, AEW. They've got to be on all their radar right now. So I'll be surprised if we saw them. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw them come over to the US soon.
I hope so, and I really hope
we got
they
Charles
become
Crowley,
knockouts.
who's recently come to Canada, and he's now back in the UK. But I'm hopefully, Joe Hendry puts in a good word for him. And of course, we still got Ashley Vega. We want to see there too.
Yeah. No, exactly. Ashley Vega would be good. Of course, she's got connections to Joe. So there's no reason why she couldn't end up over as part of Knockouts roster, or even part of Joe's some kind of faction or something of some sort. I don't know. But like you say, Alex Windsor has to be on that radar. She's got to be. She is amazing, right? And you know what, guys? If you didn't know her before, you saw her first on TNI-UK Impacted. When I first saw her, I'm like, we need to get her on the show. This girl is super talented. We need to get her on the show because, when she finally gets signed by someone big and decent, I can say we had her on the show. So
twice.
Well, we got her on the show, and then I did a one-on-one interview with her as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Twice.
Yeah. So TNI-UK have had her twice. We've had a good 30-minute interview, and we had her on the show as well. Fantastic. But Joe Hendry, at the end of the day, I think is going to give Raj Singh a lesson in getting over with the crowd, because we all believe in Joe. That's without doubt. So looks like everybody likes Joe Hendry, and like you say, when the entire crowd is singing his theme tune, waving their arms, he's doing something right. He's doing it right. So all good. We then got Alan Angels versus Trey Miguel, and again, this is a X Division tournament match. Now, it's great to see Alan Angels back on Impact TV. He's recently tweeted out that his original debut, sort of back in July, is one of the top 3 greatest things that he feels he's done in the wrestling business. And this is a guy that has been on AEW and WWE. So great to hear him say stuff like that. But to be fair, the crowd were crazy. They loved him.
Mad for him, and it's hard to argue against it. He was fantastic, and this match I'm really looking forward to seeing. This could be match of the year worthy. Just Trey Miguel's just fantastic, and
when you've got 2 amazing talents going in the ring one-on-one, you're going to get a match, aren't you? And as much as I'm not particularly a fan of TJP as a person, when he went one-on-one in that Iron Man match against Josh Alexander, what a match. The guy's a great wrestler. You put 2 fantastic wrestlers together, you're going to get magic, aren't you? You're just going to get something magical in the ring.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I like that, Dead Punk. You're right. It's funny because Impact are doing it right with Hendry in a way where WWE failed with the Bo Leave character. Exactly. Yeah. I agree. But so I'm not spoiling anything, but Alan Angels, I think, could be staying around for a while. No
Yeah.
spoilers there, but I have a feeling he could be around for a little
He'll
while.
definitely be around for the rest of the Vegas
So,
tapings. I'm sure of that. I'm not seeing any tweets from him. or anything
I
like
think
that.
he's around. I think he's around certainly to the end of the year. So watch this space to see what happens and where it goes. Now the thing is here though, guys, is those are the only matches I could find. There's only actually 3 matches advertised for tomorrow night's Impact.
I think
There's a hell of a lot more matches than that, Tate.
Yeah, I know. This week or next week, I think is Eddie Edwards versus PCO in a street fight match. So that's coming.
That wasn't. I'm pretty sure that wasn't filmed for TV though. I'm sure that was advertised similarly to the Sami. I'm pretty sure
it was Moose and Eddie Edwards and Sami Callihan in a street fight. That wasn't filmed, but Eddie Edwards and PCO were at a street fight because this is like where the rivalry's going now. You know, PCO took out Eddie Edwards. He's going to get one final stab at revenge or something. And
okay,
that's or at least
okay,
that's
fair enough.
I sort of the huge list of matches that were going on in Vegas. There's so much to look forward to over the next couple of weeks. It's insane.
Yeah, definitely.
And
is that Joseph?
No result.
I just see?
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah, look, is that Joseph? Is that Joe, the dude that we met at? It was Joseph, the guy that we met at the Wrestle Carnival show, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Hello, you.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Yeah, look at that, guys. All good. Looking forward to seeing you at the next Impact UK show. Hopefully, we'll get a live monthly special from the UK next year. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, maybe we could do that. It's fantastic to see you, Joseph. Thank you for joining us, buddy.
How you been?
Like you say, you never get to see us live. What a shame. What a shame. I hope you're doing well. I really do. Now, Joe, if for you guys that don't know, we met Joseph at a Wrestle Carnival show a couple of months ago. He turned up wearing his TNI-UK t-shirt, which was fantastic. There you go. It is me. There you go.
It gave me goosebumps seeing somebody else wearing a TNI shirt. I must admit, you know,
Exactly.
that's like the last thing I expected to see when I started this.
That's it. He needs to get his ass. He needs to get his ass onto Pro Wrestling Tees and get the Bison shirt. That's what he needs to do, isn't it? Like the Bison shirt is the one. That's the money. That's the money shirt, Joe. That's the money shirt. Anyway, no, you do what you want, mate. It's great to see. Fantastic for popping in and seeing us live. We appreciate it. You're a good dude. He was a very, very good dude. So, look forward to seeing you at ringside. Maybe it's an Impact show in the UK very, very soon. But yeah, no, awesome. I'm assuming that we're probably going to get at least one more, if not 2. But I'm starting to feel that possibly this could be more of a story driving show where we might be a bit more promo heavy. But either way, it's going to be a great show. I'm looking forward to it. We never get a bad show on a Thursday night from Impact Wrestling these days. So guys, you need to make sure you're tuning in. Tell all your friends to tune in. YouTube, Ultimate Insiders or Insiders. Impact Plus if you're in the UK, of course, for those 2. Access TV. I believe it's on Roku. It's on, I don't know. It's all over the place, guys. Right?
It's on Roku. I think it's also on Peacock. I'm not sure, but I know it's on. It's on all of those like streaming networks like that. You can find it on there easily.
Yeah, exactly. The bottom line is, guys, if you want to watch the show, it's there. Tell your friends all about it. Get watching Impact Wrestling. It's one of the best wrestling shows on TV today. Most consistent, in my opinion, every single week. It's fun, entertaining. And like I said, I love watching it on YouTube because there's no adverts. I hate adverts. Oh, man, do I hate adverts. Oh, there you go. So, there you go. Sling. It's on Sling. There's somewhere else that it's available. So, it's available if you want to watch it, right? Everywhere. So, no excuses. Get yourselves onto it. But guys, listen, I think that's pretty much all we got time for this week. Because unfortunately Larry was unable to join us this week. That's 2 weeks in a row. I feel so bad. But it's just one of those things. It's never happened before. Where we've had people,
it's only
for
been
whatever reason.
It's cursed from the void, I think, because I'm on production at the moment, but I'm taking over for Steve at the moment while he's away as well.
Oh,
so
you think it's that? You think it's a curse from the void?
Oh yes, it's just like commentators curse. When Matt Raywell was talking about it, he's like, "Oh, Ray's going to do really well," and then Janet Price gets taken out, or Maria gets kicked in the face, or something like that.
Fair enough, but just remember they know what's coming. We don't.
I know.
But there you go. Sami and Susie are the mass dogs of TNI-UK. Both of them absolutely beautiful animals. Look at
my little gremlin
Sami.
here.
So gorgeous. He's gorgeous.
This is
Look
Susie.
at him. Is it? Oh yeah, sorry, that's Susie. I keep forgetting. Sammy's the one that looks like bullseye. Isn't he? He's the one. Yeah.
Sammy's the one with no brain, and Susie's the cocky little bitch. Aren't you, Susie? Cocky, aren't you?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I love that as well. So bonus, baby. Yeah, you can just mention the awesome PCO no sell in the kingdom double super kick. That was very awesome. He didn't even flinch. That was next level. Austin Aries no selling in a good way, of course. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, definitely. Bunch of Melvins, isn't they?
But then he's not human, so what would you would expect nothing less from him.
Exactly. He's not human. He's not human. Why is he going to sell it? He's not human, for crying out loud. Anyway, that's just about all we've got time for this week, guys. But don't forget to tune into the TNI Impact review show tomorrow night live on YouTube. And, of course, Twitch directly after Impact is aired on Access TV, Impact Plus, and, of course, YouTube Ultimate Insiders. You can go and tune into those guys. Definitely one of the best review shows. Well, it is the best Impact review show on the planet today. So make sure you go and check that out. Also, please don't forget to head over to the TNI Patreon for exclusive extra content when you sign up. And of course, join our Discord as well, where we pretty much talk about everything Impact and all wrestling related topics, to be honest, as well as movies and other sports and all sorts of stuff like that. So there's lots of stuff you could go and check out. We're also available. All TNI shows are also available for all you listen on the go fans as audio only by SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, and wherever you listen to your favorite shows. We are there. So if you don't get to see us live and you prefer to listen, then go and check us out. We're available everywhere. So go and check it out. Where can we find you on the socials, Joe?
You can follow me on Twitter at JerichoEmptySpace. You can jump onto Facebook or Twitter, look for #EmptySpace, #IntoTheVoid. Or if you fancy to tickle your taste buds and your sense of humor, #DailyGiggle. And birthday shout out to Trent as well. Happy birthday, Trent. I'd like to once again thank you for everything. Wouldn't be here without you, wouldn't be here without the Bison, wouldn't be here without J-Bone. So happy birthday, Trent, and have a good day.
Oh dear, I can't believe I forgot to mention that. But yeah, happy birthday to the boss man. And you know what? He's probably one of the nicest people I know as well. He's a great guy. So I'm hoping that Trent comes over to the UK if Impact announce they come over. It would be very cool to have him come over with obviously front row Bill, because at the end of the day, like, Bill goes to all the shows now. Just because they come to the UK doesn't mean that he can't come and still be front row here, does it?
No, it doesn't mean that at all.
Might have to break the bank a little bit, but that's just the way it is, isn't it? Anyway, if you're interested in finding out a little bit more about the Bison, you can find me over on Twitter at LordBison45. Fastly approaching 1,900 follows now. Very exciting stuff. As soon as I hit that, I'm going to be aiming for that 2,000. Right? I'm going to be gunning for it. You know what I'm saying? I am literally gunning for 2,000 follows on Twitter, right? And only you guys can help that happen. So let everybody know about the Bison. Follow the bear, as they used to say back in the day. Do you remember that? Do you remember that advert, Joe? Follow the bear.
Oh,
Holston. I'm trying to think. Was it Hoffmeister? Hoffmeister, follow the bear. And there was some bear dude that just walked down the road with a can of Hoffmeister.
Yeah, I think that there's something like that for the Super League and he said Russia in Australia, and they got the Battenberg Bear down there.
That's it, Battenberg Bear as well. Oh, it's all going strong. But anyway, guys, if you want to give,
it's been a bangorama.
I'm over on the Twitter box. So go and give me a follow there at Lord Bison 45. And like I say, also follow Joe. He is a very funny guy. He puts out some great content. So go and check him out as well. Can I just say, guys, please take the time to help us out moving up the rankings on YouTube by giving us a thumbs up. It's really important that the more thumbs up we get, the better, because it really does help us move up the rankings and more people get to see us, and we really appreciate if you do that. If you're new to us and you like what you've seen, then please consider hitting that subscribe button, and don't forget to give that bell a tickle, a squeeze, and even a smash to never miss any of the TNI UK and US teams' great great impact related content coming out each and every single week without fail. With all that said, I've been your host Bison. I just want to say thank you ever so much for joining us today and each and every week, because most of you do.
Yeah, he's frozen. Much love to the TNI tribe.
And 106 of Impacted. Take care, everyone.
Take care, guys.
We're Bison! We are Impacted!